Yeah, buddy. I wish I could see my levels right here. I haven't um, been able to sleep at all. Um, I thought I would just come on here and see what everyone is up to. And it seems like Haps is. That was. I tried to have two windows open and it wouldn't let me do that. It's almost like they've stripped everything back. That's kind of shocking. I wish I could show you what I mean, but I can't even share my screen. They've got to be careful on here. It's like every time they take out something that was already kind of fine and dandy, they cause it to crash, so you can't even do your stream the way that you would normally do it. I don't know what they're doing, but they're making it incredibly hard to like essentially do anything on your broadcast. I don't even think Apps has their tutorials anymore. I guess because even they don't know what they're doing at this point. Hey, Mosh. I was trying to go through, I was trying to use a different window since I can't present on here. Since you can't present anything on screen, which is weird because the last time I tried to do any sort of broadcast on Habs, I was able to, and we had a fun old time, and it was karaoke style and everything. Um, yeah, I had to go through apps. I was gonna go see what other people were doing as far as like having problems or whatever, but um, it's kind of hard to. Yeah, it's because I have to use my laptop because the bandwidth where I am here, I guess what you would call home is it wouldn't it wouldn't let me broadcast in the high quality of my phone. Um, and I don't have any data to kind of do that with, or anywhere to. I don't really have the finances to go where I would normally go for a broadcast. And Haps has changed so much that it's just fucked up. Where y'all at? I don't know if I subscribed to. Yeah, but the thing is, like, if I do anything relating to that, my my phone is significantly higher quality than this, and my bandwidth won't allow it because this is a hostel, and because it's New Zealand, not none of the kind of hostel type accommodation is um, really kind of decked out, especially not for internet and that. And I don't know why. Maybe it's the misuse of it in the past or whatever. All I know is I haven't slept, and it's insane because I try my best to be able to sleep, but yeah. Otherwise, I probably would have been broadcasting from my phone because I don't even know what's happening with you. I mean, I can probably guess, but they're it's almost like Habs was good by itself, and then it had almost everything fine, and because I don't know, sponsored broadcasts were having I don't know issues or wanted to add something, they basically scrapped the working app that they had for something else. But they're doing what Apple, ironically, it basically does with all their phones and everything. They try to release stuff just to follow trends and shit, which causes a lot of people. Why? What is this 10K thing? I haven't heard anything. Then again, I don't. It's basically impossible for me to keep up with the play. Yeah, I didn't want to either when Heps came out because they weren't designed to be that way. My YouTube wasn't designed to be linked up to Heps, and I wasn't supposed to be broadcasting on them both. But I don't really have any followers on YouTube anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. If I linked it to my old YouTube, then maybe, but um, I don't know what good that would honestly do me because I haven't really uploaded a video in a while to that one. What did you do? Did you send an email to apps or something, Mosh? I've noticed that it only seems to tell you how many people have viewed or are live in your broadcast on your phone. It doesn't seem to tell you jack on your laptop. What the hell is that? So, what of the people that are already on here, like the original users of Habsyn? That's where it gets stupid for me. It's like, I mean, grandfathered in. I mean, there must be a reason I can, because I sure as hell don't have that many followers. Really? But that's more or less the same time I started jumping on and started trying to do it. Um, I tried to do what I could, but I don't know. I didn't really like what they started doing because I was having problems on my Sony phone, and Sony doesn't exactly make shit phones. And like, I knew my image quality was good, and in some of my broadcasts, I was using good internet. Um, and I was having all these stupid issues with the app on Android, and I tried to raise them in a tutorial or a question Tuesday or whatever that they had, and like I got responses from I think like Peter or somebody, and they were like, "Oh, maybe you should buy an iPhone, and you wouldn't be having these problems." And I was like, "The fuck is that?" It's like, so you're being that fucking dismissive of just Android in general, like regardless of what brand it is, what phone it is, all that kind of shit. You're being that fucking dismissive, and just basically assuming we're all gonna go and get. Uh, that we're all just gonna go and get Androids. Apples. I mean, one, they're stupidly expensive, and two, they're kind of idiot phones to use except for like basic functions. Like, I've got a roommate that has like an iPad, and he's not here right now, so it, it's kind of a good time to do this. That he has an iPad, and he doesn't even use it for any of that graphic stuff or whatever. He simply uses it for like um, for watching anime and TV shows and movies and Netflix and stuff. And I'm like, if you wanted that shit, you might as well have spent the same money you did on an iPad on a goddamn laptop, because you're using it for what most people would use a laptop for, not what most people would use an iPad for. But society's getting stupider by the day. People might not like that statement, but perhaps. I was thinking about buying a lapel mic, um, but I don't have all that kind of funds. And it's like people seem to like my broadcast, but they don't pay any attention to it. And it's like, well, then why the fuck do you even come into my broadcast? Are you stealing ideas or something, or do I do something that's cool and you're like, oh, I like that, so I'm gonna do that or whatever? It's like, well, then fuck off out of my broadcast, because that's just stealing random ideas. It's almost like in creating a creative, collaborative kind of system. They've gotten a community, and then they've done things which have made people not want to be part of that community. And I mean, being in New Zealand, I like there's any random thing I've seen from this country that's broadcast on here, it's like a lady that wants to be a tour guide and stuff, and it's like if I wanted a live tour guide, I would just go on Google Maps myself or a friend that I have in a country or whatever. Oh yeah, but needing to change your laptop's not really a reason to subscribe to the Apple versus it. Where are you at anyway, Mosh? I have a feeling like you've been in my broadcast or something before, but um, I don't know. I don't really recall. Ah, well, thank God you're not in like London and shit, because I get enough of that like Commonwealth shit over here. Being half Asian and stuff, it's not really great to be in a Commonwealth country because they don't exactly respect Asian cultures, whether or not they want to admit that to themselves. But they make it so like if you say something like that, then suddenly you're the one that's having the problem. It's like I know where I'm from, I know what my heritage is. If y'all got a problem with that, then yeah. Needless to say, London and all that kind of stuff isn't exactly my favorite part of the world. But that's a completely different thing, I guess. Did you find me randomly, or did you, I don't know, come across me on YouTube or something for this, or? No, someone on here. It was kind of funny, like especially funny because when you're living in a Commonwealth country, but you don't give two shits about like the Commonwealth and like that stupid kind of royalty bullshit that basically accompanies being associated with the Commonwealth. Like, um, there was a there was like a group of like three or four guys that were on a group chat, a group broadcast or whatever on here, and it was like a British or an Irish lady, well, somebody from that particular UK thing, um, basically having an argument with a black American dude that was trying to trying to understand her point or whatever about I don't know not being part of the UK or whatever, and like it turned into such a heated argument. It just got to the point where they were both yelling stupid shit at each other because you had her randomly talking about Americans being stupid in general. I'm like, that makes you look like the dumbest bitch. Regardless of how smart you might be, making a comment like that is just retarded. Basically, it's stupid. And he didn't say anything in response either. Like he wasn't like, yeah, you know what, go fuck yourself, British. No, like he didn't say anything like that. Yeah. Funny thing is that like I don't care either way because Australia and New Zealand they suffer from similar problems and they don't acknowledge those problems. They have this kind of common thing where they assume that they're like the best goddamn countries in the world, and they have this thing where it's like if you don't like it, you can kind of get the fuck out. And it's like if you're a local and you're not like white ass or you're not like some kind of culture or whatever that they can appreciate or understand or grow up getting to know or whatever, then you don't exactly get to make a hell of a lot of cash unless you have some sort of outside connection or whatever, like your parents hook you up or your relatives or whatever hook you up, and that basically doesn't happen unless you already have proper kind of connections that way. But it's like, yeah, wanting to leave and being able to leave are two different things. And no one's about to buy anyone else a plane ticket. So what's the time in Ireland anyway? Because it's like 10:17 here in the morning and I have no idea what I'm gonna do because I haven't been able to sleep and like getting over needle phobias and stuff like that, and just not having been able to sleep properly for like almost a year now. Probably over a year now. I don't. You lose track of time when you can't sleep. And I've like never had insomnia or anything like that prior to last year. 9:17 at night. What the hell are y'all still doing up? You have a long work day or something? Dinner run a little bit late. Oof. Someone can't even make its damn mind up about um what do you call it? About whether they want to get out of these COVID restrictions or not. And on the one hand, it was funny to watch for a while, but then when you're like the main country, yeah, when you're the main city in a country that's doing all this stuff, people have gotten so stupid on it. Like you'll tell them you're from Auckland or you're in Auckland, and anyone's in any other part of the country uh, basically assumes that you're stupid or like ha ha kind of thing, and it's like, well, yeah, fuck you too. Good God, that's a long ass shift, man. Like, so you don't actually go up the crane, like you legitimately just like drive the crane to a location or something. I don't exactly know a hell of a lot about that, so like a tower crane's what we'd all kind of know is like a crane, I guess. I don't know. I probably need like a photo or something like that. Good God, that sounds fun. The job market here is pretty crap. And ironically, the people that believe that there is a good job market are the ones that had a job essentially pre-COVID. Because I guarantee you, all the jobs that you can get here post-COVID, it's like you'll get them and then you don't know how long you'd have them and all that kind of stuff. Why the hell did I get an email to tell me that I'm live on my own damn YouTube channel? That kind of makes no sense. Good God! So you have to make that car trip just or that truck trip or whatever just to go to work, and then you'd basically just be staying there for ages. It's like the fuck is that? Like that's I mean, you're already gonna be wasting like gas money on, and then you gotta stay somewhere else unless the company's paying for it. Some shit. I mean, my knowledge ain't the best on it, but can you sleep in the train? I mean, I know that that's a weird recommendation, but you know, I mean, at least if you could sleep in a crane, you'd always be at work. You know, it would make the journey and shit worth it, I guess. Good lord. Well, I mean, at least they paying for it. Always nice when the company pay for some, other than yourself, right? Because if they pay for you, that's all fine and dandy, but they ain't exactly put food on the table. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm curious. What got y'all onto my apps and you just found me, or one of the hashtags get you on here and just having to pop around to it? Because I tried looking around a few people's streams and it didn't really make a whole lot of sense. On the crane again, Moses, always on the crane again. Huh? Is that what we're supposed to do now? Like just randomly hit random and hope that we come across live broadcasts? Because I found like you can find quote unquote people's broadcasts, but it doesn't it doesn't tell you the same way that it used to that people are live. And it's like, well, if I don't know if they're live or not, why the fuck would I bother jump? Like, people only jump on a replay broadcast because they miss somebody's live. It's like, where the hell is the logic in that shit? Yeah, basically. Like, and it's got those stupid colors on it and everything. It's like, fuck. It's yeah. Like I said, the way that they're going with this thing is just kind of annoying because you're like, cool. So as a broadcaster, what am I supposed to do? Like, my followers are gonna struggle to find me again. I'm gonna struggle to know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, some random just started following me on Instagram. What the fuck? What the hell? That's insane. I don't even know what the hell I've got on because your profile's incredibly hard to look at. Really? That's pretty bad. Like, I mean, I know I was losing people because they were like, "Man, I want to keep following you, but like the way this app is running, I don't know if I want to keep following because they'll jump on your they'll jump on your broadcast, and apparently the one of these girls that was also on apps was like, yeah, I wanna like every time I make a comment, it kicks me out of the app. I mean, I wasn't exactly that happy with the live update thing that they did, and they were talking about it. It's like you just want to talk a whole lot about this shit instead of trying to answer questions from the people that are actually broadcasters on your app that want to keep using your app that are the probably the only people that honestly give a shit about your live update stuff. It's like, do you actually care, or are you just in it to be another money grabbing thing? You know, YouTube already does that shit. Instagram already does that shit. Facebook Live already does that shit. Twitch already does all that. Like half the reason people backed taps in the first place was because it seemed like a proper application to for what they wanted it for, especially all the artistic people. And like it's what they're doing with it is gonna lose them people. Seriously lose them people. I know there's a girl that I'm following beta, and the broadcast of hers that I managed to run into, she didn't look that happy. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, the best thing about that is my name on here. Probably possible is I'm the only probably possible. You know, like people could try and imitate me. I guarantee you, even if they try, they won't be able to do it. People will know the actual one versus the fake one if they've ever watched any of my broadcasts. But yeah, um, you know, the app needs work, and it's almost like the people in charge of it don't admit just how much work is needed and how much they're screwing people. It's like saying that your app is not fully ready is one thing, but not even admitting that the problems are there is another thing. And what they're admitting doesn't sound like they give to they don't seem to give a crap. You know what I mean? Like at this point, I don't even know if I trust the muting a mic or muting a video settings because the way that the whole damn thing's running is just it's stupid. It's like cool, I can't even conduct my normal broadcast because a week or two ago I could present my screen. Now I can't even do that shit. So and you know there was somebody on here like a long time broadcaster or whatever that was like, yeah, you guys got to understand it was a beta. I'm like, yeah, and ironically the beta worked a lot better than what they have now because what they have now is utter trash. Oh, you got it to work. Well, I mean, I'll be on here for a little bit. I was just kind of gonna see if I was even gonna get any viewers on here, to be honest, because I guess opposite side of the world, it's opposite time zones, right? And I always kind of struggle to grab people, but yeah, nice to vent about apps, because yeah, the way they're going. But yeah, I'll be on for a little bit longer if y'all want to chuck me on at work or some shit. Before it gets boring for you, let me know. I'm trying. I don't know. I haven't even been able to sleep yet, so my usual wittiness is kind of gone. If you even call it wittiness, I don't know. People like to wordplay too much these days. You know what I mean? Hopefully you're still with us um, later on, Mosh. I think the more that Abs is doing, the more real people are getting with themselves. Hmm. Hmm. Well, that looks like fun. God damn it. Who else is with us? Anyone? Hey, man. Or, I don't know. Man. Oh my god. Mm. Trying to find like a good good place for my head for the posture and everything. Maybe you with us.